Let's take you here now. Civil society groups have called for the immediate shutdown of Zanzou, a nightclub in Hatfield in Pretoria. This after graphic videos showing patrons being tortured for allegedly failing to settle their bill went viral. Gauteng police have since launched a manhunt for 8 foreign nationals suspected to have partaken in the torture. In a statement, the club management says it has since fired the security company behind the tortures.
South Africans are still reeling with shock after seeing viral videos showing security guards at this particular club actually torturing their patrons, allegedly for failing to pay for their bail. Well, the club itself has since issued a statement saying that those torture videos are not related to an incident of not paying bills, saying that there could have been an incident where a cell phone was stolen and that's how it ended up with such assaults. Well, I am joined now by the MKSM representatives for Gauteng to elaborate a bit further on what actually transpired and in terms of their views. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Nkadimeng. Can you just tell us what is your reaction to the viral videos that we saw the youth being tortured allegedly for not paying for a bill at this club?
Well, greetings to everyone at home watching and listening. We are of course very shocked and appalled by the recent events that have transpired in this restaurant or club, whatever it is called. More especially by the heinous behavior unto these young boys who are alleged to have not paid. We are not at all pleased. We have heard that a criminal case has been opened. We are going to inquire on the process of the case. We want to know how far is the progress regarding the case, and we are actually wanting to see the man who owns this place to appear in court. We don't want the securities or anyone else but the man to appear in the courts and to take action on behalf of his own securities. His securities must have acted on the instruction of management, not on their own doing or on their own accord. We are not convinced that they've taken such an action simply because they wanted to. We are actually very appalled. As MKSM nationally, we are also appalled. We will not actually take it lightly. This place must not operate until there is clarity as to what is happening. We are calling on everyone to boycott this club or restaurant, whatever it is called. Anyone who has information, more information, they must come forward. Justice must prevail in this matter.
Absolutely. Well, the club owner says he's taken action by actually firing the security company that actually executed those heinous acts there, as we saw in the video itself. I hear you say you want him to appear in court, so I'd assume that such an act is not enough. There needs to be more accountability.
Definitely. Firing those securities does not suffice. What must happen is that we need him to appear in court. For what purpose? For the purpose that he must take accountability. He is the owner of the club. He owns a variety of clubs here in Tswana. So him appearing in the court, it's the first step to justice. He cannot say that he has fired the security company. Firing the security company that's not responsibility. We are a country that respects the rule of law. If anything, there needs to be proper procedure here. If anything, there needs to be serious arrests. Especially the man himself. He must be arrested. He must appear in the courts. We need tougher regulations from government, moving from national to provincial, and inspections. More when we look into this industry for the past few weeks, starting from last year actually, there have been many incidents. Babel was one of them. Many other hotels have come up with incidents of human rights violations, labor violations. So that tells you that we are not, as a country, aware of this industry that violates human rights, that abuses workers, that abuses its own customers. So imagine when securities violate customers as they do or as they did previously. What has happened previously that we do not know? If they can do that to young boys, what have they done to females? You can imagine the horrors that young females have endured, and they've kept quiet because they cannot speak out. So we are requesting investigations. We are requesting tougher regulations from government on this industry. It must be regulated. Owners who come from far, Middle East, Europe, they must have been investigated. They must have a history of having served in such an industry. You cannot just come from elsewhere and then come and open a club, a restaurant and so on, and then you don't even have experience of how it is managed. What we need is people who will be held accountable.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Well, as you can hear, that's Umkhonto Wesizwe, student movement convener here in Gauteng, actually saying that more investigations should be done to ascertain as to whether there are other incidents that have actually transpired. As we know that the former bodyguard or the former bouncer who was actually filming those videos is saying he has over 75 other videos similar to the one that's actually gone viral, saying that he will definitely release them, even though at the moment he's in hiding as he's afraid that there are some alleged death threats that have been issued against him. We will definitely follow this closely, and hopefully we could get you some of the people that were at the receiving end of the acts of violence from this club. And with that, it's back to you in studio.